When I was 16 years old, I jerked off 3 times in a row in the morning, and the third time, I was hardly even hard. And I thought this was okay. Why did I think this was okay? I used to be Catholic when I was a kid. Then when I got into high school, public high school, and my hormones started to grow, I was curious about these kind of things, about girls, about porn, about. I started to indulge into it, and I found myself turning away from religion because I wanted to cope. I said, "But this feels nice. It can't be wrong. No, 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 it can't be wrong. If a religion says it's wrong, how could that be right? It feels nice." If you look around you today, there are many people like my past self. Worse. Maybe you can relate to that. And maybe you can look around right now and see degeneracy, mass indulgence in instant pleasures. Porn is just huge. It's all around us. Why? All this degeneracy. Why? No one follows God anymore. Everyone's atheist. So why? Why are people atheists? Why are people not caring about God anymore? We live in the greatest, most developed period in human history. We have the greatest technology ever available. The phone in your pocket is so powerful, more powerful than the computers, like the supercomputers in the 20th century. It's absolutely crazy the technology we have now. When you really put into perspective, we have AI on the screen that we put any sort of prompt we want, solves it in a matter of seconds. With all this information and all this scientific research just synthesized into literally seconds away from you, you can access that whenever you want. Accessing knowledge through a religion, through God, is not easy. You can read the Bible, you can pray to Christ, but that's not an instant AI response from any prompts that you would have at all. It's interesting. We're getting more comfortable. All we want is just a quick, easy thing. That's not religion. Religion takes faith, and faith requires purpose. A purpose to honor God, to become a disciple and spread the word as a spiritual vessel into the world. No one wants to do that. No one's interested in doing that. Everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to have sex with girls, have premarital sex, watch porn, live a degenerate life, become a high value man, whatever that means, where you go to Dubai and bang an 18-year-old who hasn't even done anything in her life, smoke a cigar. It's not meaningful. I think one of the biggest reasons also is you go through a horrible experience, right? You go through a breakup, for example. I remember my first breakup, and this was around the time when I was 12, 13 years old. Like, it was literally like a end of primary school relationship, like a relationship, right? But at that time, like, that's the time of your hormones really starting to come up, and it's like really impactful. And it's like, oh yeah, you think you're gonna spend time with this person forever, but literally, me and this girl, right? We never would even talk in real life. Like, we're literally in the same class. We wouldn't even look at each other, but all night we'd text. And then everyone was like, "Oh, you're meant to be boyfriend and girlfriend" at lunchtime, and we're kind of like, and like we'd hug, but like to me, it was like so meaningful, yet it was so awkward at the same time. It's like this weird thing, right? But it meant a lot to me. And when the breakup happened, right, I kind of, it kind of caused me to look at God as something that is like, if I can't witness good things in my life, how can I believe in a God kind of type thing, right? And I think so many people these days will have some sort of similar experience where they go through something really hard or something really unexpected happens to them that's really negative. Maybe they lose a loved one close to them that's much more serious than a 12-year old relationship in primary school. But it doesn't have to take much. Take a, like literally my stupid first exploration of a romantic relationship, if that led to a loss in faith where I'm questioning God because bad things are happening to me, with all the suffering in the world, with the economy, with politics, and all this extreme division, health crisis, people more likely around you are more likely now than ever to die, even though we have the most advanced medicine ever. Like, obesity is so high. There's sugar in every food, seed oils. Bad things are like, they happen. And there's a lot of things in place at the moment where bad things can happen. Bad things can happen anytime. And I think people's weak mindset, again, because they're comfortable. They're comfortable in this gratification of instant gratification, these pleasures of the instant moment where there's everything accessible to you. There's the quick fix. There's the 5 steps to get rich right now. Make passive income in 4 steps in 2 months. Like, it's not easy, bro. Why do you think we need God? We need God because He provides us a framework, a hope, a vision, a purpose, a divine purpose, not just a purpose to make money. Well, sure, that's important, right? As young men on our self-improvement journeys, and while we're still trying to honor Christ and live like Christ, we obviously need some sort of material wealth in this day and age in order to develop ourselves and become the man we want to be, raise families and have kids. Not many people want to do that. They want to make money for the wrong reasons, with greed, and be gluttonous in how they use it, indulge in lust. This is what happens when you have no God. And I don't want to get too political here, but the governments, when the government becomes secular and there is no transcendent law, like the law of God in the government, it is just an arbitrary, made up framework to follow. And obviously you have to follow it, yeah, sure, right. But what I'm trying to say is, if it's not at a tangible, earthly, worldly sort of level, not everyone is going to take it seriously. You get what I mean? Like, everyone's calling for the church and state to be separate. And again, I don't want to get too political. And the church can become sort of your guidance, your law to live by. And that's what I encourage for all the atheists watching this, for even all the Catholics and Christians watching this. That's our framework we need to go by, because the government is just arbitrary. Like, Australia has only existed since 1901? America has only existed for just over 3 centuries. Like, these countries aren't existing forever. Countries don't exist forever. The idea of the state only began in the 17th century. Like, these things are like, they are small points in time, but God is eternal. God's law is infinite. It transcends time. That's why we need God. And not enough people want to accept that and want to live in the comforts that are set up by them in this moment. They're too concerned of that comforts right now, rather than the transcendent purpose, the divine teachings and mission that comes from God. So I'm going to leave you with that to consider. Thanks for watching, bro. If you enjoyed and kind of like these sort of rants I go on, why not stick around? You can subscribe and also like to show that it helps. And I also do one-on-one coaching. So if you want to work on some sort of things more personally with me, or even just get closer to me, it's the first link down there. So I hope to see you soon, talk to you soon, and I'll see you in the next one, bro. Don't forget to pray tonight.